Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. My name is Shirley, and it's a pleasure to have each one of you join us today. We can go ahead and go to the next screen. So just a quick spiel, but here at Cendien, we specialize in providing comprehensive services and solutions. We are Infor partners, and so we offer managed services and assistance across various domains, including implementations, integrations, development, training, and more. And not just Infor, but we are also Microsoft partners. So we provide a wide range of IT services, which allow us to offer a holistic approach to your technological needs. And we go to the next one. Perfect. So today's webinar focuses on Landmark Security and its features. Our presenter today will be Imran Khan. He is a senior system admin here at Cendien, and he will go over with us the key features of Landmark Security. We've structured a session to ensure clarity and understanding, and we'll reserve time at the end for any questions you may have. Feel free to pop in the questions into the Q&A throughout the session, and we will answer them at the end. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and hand over to Imran.
Thank you, Shirley. Good morning, everyone. This is Imran Khan, and as Shirley mentioned, I am the system admin and security developer at Cendien. I have a decade of experience dealing with security from Lawson Days to Landmark, GHR, and FSM. So our agenda for today will be, we will be overviewing the Landmark security structure and the UI tools. Then we'll review the actors. We'll try to create and manage actor. We'll try to review and assign some roles. We'll create the modify the security classes. We'll create the security classes. Then we'll run the reports and then summary, and then the Q&A session. You can ask the question you want in the QA box. So without further delay, let's start with today's topic. So it's the introduction to Landmark Security. The purpose of security is to protect organizational digital assets and services from unauthorized access and changes. So there are two types of security coverage in our today's session. One is authentication and authorization. So authentication is one type of security coverage which asks a question from you, who are you? So this will, then you will enter your credentials, prove that your identity, and it will log you into the system. And then it goes to the authorization. Authorization is another type of security coverage which asks what right do you have. So it will go, once you logged in, authenticated into the system, it will go and check what roles assigned to you and what authorizations you have. You might have authorization to GHR, financials, bust, and so on. The Landmark Security, a bit again intro about the Landmark Security, is a technology application that is built on the Landmark technology platform. It helped to secure CloudSuite, FSM, and GHR application, which are also built in Landmark technology platform. The language used for input into the Landmark engine is called Landmark Pattern Language, LPL. LPL is an instruction-based code similar to architect for the code that operate robotics. So this is how the Landmark security will look like. This is the base, your gen data area, and then you have the global HR and CloudSuite FS applications. The Landmark authorization model used the pessimistic approach. What is the pessimistic approach? That means is a user cannot access anything until he or she has been granted to a specific permission. Also, the greatest access wins. So let's say you have a actor in Landmark, we call user an actor. So let's say an actor have two roles, which is one is viewer and another one is admin. So the admin access wins. And this is how the system look like. So when you logged in, hit your tenant, it will ask for the identities. So this is the authentication part, which you can provide the CloudSuite identities, or some of may you have using your internal ADFS or any other IDP provider identities, which will let you in. So once you are in, it will let me about that. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. So you can also use your internal ADFS or LDAP. I'm using CloudSuite Identity and I'm trying to log in. Okay. It will authenticate the services from your identity provider and let you in. Then it will check your roles, which are roles assigned to you. Since I am an admin, I have access to most of the applications. Just showing here. You can see GHR, Financial, Burst, and DPM, all those applications. Let's go back to a slide. So let's discuss some of the user interfaces you can access the landmark applications. So Infor Mingle, or these days they call it Infor OS, is a web application framework that provides one user interface for integrated Infor enterprise resource application like GHR, FSM, and Infomingle provide a centralized platform for all employee collaboration where the information is shared and conversation are organized across the Mingle. This is the image of Mingle. You can see here into. So you have this hamburger, and you can see all those applications here. IFS is like a very important component, or a component in landmark security. The primary purpose of IFS is enable central authentication and authorization across the info product. IFS can be used to assign security roles to user. Security roles define what type of roles the users have, and the organization application provide the related functionalities of that role. You can create new actors, you can assign roles, and IFS use IronBot to process the roles and actor details to another applications like GHR, FSM, but we are not covering that part of it in today's session. So let me show you IFS. Nowadays, they move it earlier. Some of me might have seen here a user administration, but now they move it in under InfoOS and security. So this is IFS. I mean, you can do so many things here. The primary is adding an actor. You can provide first name, last name, email address, and you can send the invite to the actor to activate the account. And then the actor is created. You can, from this actor, you can see that this actor was last logged in, the status is active, the email is verified. And now if you want to check the roles assigned to actor, I can search one of our actor and you will see. So this is the name, first name, the title, the IFS, and this is the landmark actor ID. Security roles assigned to, these are the security roles assigned to it. And let's go back. You can import and export the actors also. So let's say some of you might have seen that you're having a refresh or something. Your CU is coming, or you are having a database refresh. So at that moment of time, you can before starting the CU or changes, you can export that data into a CSV file, and you have a kind of backup. So in case some security is broken during the CU or the refresh, you can go back and import that data again. And these, when you import, export that data, these jobs are shown here under admin long running actions. So once you kick off that job, it will tell you the status of the job, what is failed, completed. Also, it will provide you a download result. So you can download, and it will be a CSV file again. You can download and review the actual execution status. And one more thing I want to mention here, some some of those properties you can define here in the user properties for metadata, and you can assign it whether it is required or not. And we are going back to user. These are our users, and then let's go back to the slides. An actor overview. Let's review an actor. So a landmark user is referred as an actor who can act upon in a landmark application and services. Actor can authenticate to a service if they have a set of credentials called identity for that service. So for the actor setup, just I showed you in the IFS the user details which can be provided. But apart from this addition, there are some additional features which you need to configure while provisioning the actors. So under security actors, actor management, you need to set up the actor context, agent, context property, identities, and roles. I will so before I will take you to the demo side, I'll provide some detail about what are those components. So actor is a user in Landmark system. Actor context define the scope of data that is relevant to an actor and is visible for an actor. Context property is a key field designated to be available for a setting of actor context. For example, FEG, Finance Enterprise Group, and HR Organization. And then identity is a set of credentials, username and password that uniquely identifies a user to access a particular service or application, like SSOP v2, which is a single sign-on service, and that authenticate across the FSM and GHR. An agent is a unique user with a specified application domain. For example, employee agent or candidate or supplier agent. Only one actor can assign to an agent record. Now let's see these things in the system. So let me go to the GHR security. So like I mentioned, in IFS, you have users, but those users also sync into the application side, and those uses the bots to sync the users' identities and roles through the ION desk. So here are the actors. And again, we'll go back and review the actor details here. So here is one of my user. This is how it looked like, and it has the account, contact details, and then identities, which I was mentioning. So SSOP V2 is the identity for single sign-on. HCM, candidate self-service, is the identity for self-service. Then you can see the roles, which are all assigned to the user. Configuration feature is not showing enabled here because in our demo environment, it's not enabled. But if you have configuration features enabled, you can control certain things from here, like personalization features. You can control where the reports is authorized to run for the user and sort of thing like that. And this can be enabled from admin console. So in admin console, you need to add configuration parameters to enable, disable the configuration features. And now go back to our original topics. Then let's go to actor context. So this is how it look like. So like Austin, it's assigned to the context property HR organization. The value is this, and so the user is tied to the organization, which value is 5,000. If you have multiple organization, you can manage it from here. Then the another side of it, it's similar thing, but vice versa. So HR organization is assigned to Austin, and the value is 5,000. So you can assign an actor context from here or context property to an actor from here. And then we have agent. Agent is like yeah, employee or a candidate. Yeah, this type of you can link an actor to the agents. In agents, you can define their organization and employee ID, and then let me open up. Yeah, so this will be candidate, and symbolic key will be this. Then the identities I just already showed you, but this is the other side of it. So these are FSM related identities. These are administrative identity. And then roles. Roles are like, this is a list of roles which are all available in GHR application. Yeah, moment. Okay, this is our important topic, standard templates. It will save you a lot of time when you are doing development of security. So Infor delivered standard templates with predefined security classes and rules. All roles and security classes that belong to a template can be identified by the suffix _ST. ST stands for standard template, which indicate that it belongs to a standard template. You cannot modify the security class and standard templates. If the security class do not suit your business needs, you can copy and modify or create custom security classes from scratch using the configuration console. We suggest to copy and modify the security classes because writing security classes from the scratch will be a little bit tricky. You can review security classes and roles under release notes, or with every month or every 3 months, they provide these release notes with the application CU release on the support website. Also, this is kind of good information to know. From the role name itself, you can get a high level of info what is role is all about. For example, the role name is GL Budget Analyst Menu. So here the GL is module. The role of the role is budget analyst, and the features are menu. Let me go through some of the security classes templates. So as I mentioned, let's go through security classes templates. Here is a list of security class. So you can see all these security classes are delivered. So these are different business classes written against different business objects. Some of them restricting web access, some of them, giving you the viewer options, some inquiries, some system admin. So these are already provided. You can use these security classes, or if you want to customize the security class according to your business need, you can do a copy and update the business logic using LPL language, and you will create a custom security class. And here are the roles provided. These are the delivered roles, any of them. So which are ending with ST, those are delivered. From the name itself, you can identify this is our custom role, and other one are delivered security roles. Again, you can make a copy and customize the roles. We'll cover in next slides. So what is role? Let's go into some details. So role is a set of access rights that are assigned to users to allow them access to the system. A role is connected to one or more security classes. Role determine what object, application, and data user have access to and the action they can perform. An example, administer role. So let me show you administer role. Let me search for this. Here is our administer role. Also, like I mentioned, multiple security classes can be assigned to a role. And these can be, right now it's just showing the standard template, but these can be replaced with the custom security classes which were created. Of course, you need to make a copy of the role like I did for a custom role here. Then security classes. The security class is a container of rules that control how a user can access and interact with specific object in Landmark system. Security classes can be built from scratch, or you can use modified security classes template delivered with the Landmark Security. So now let's review some of the security classes, and I'll show you how the objects are there. Here is the list of security classes. I will pull up any list, just. So this is ABM setup underscore ST security class, which is delivered by Infor. And this security class, unconditional access to absence management's setup business class. And these business class have these modules. So absence management, calculation, configuration, formula, and you can make a copy of it and you can customize it when you want. And this is how it looked like. So you have at the top level a role, then some security class 1 and security class 2 assigned to that role, and then different rules written inside the security classes. Okay, security configuration console. So configuration console is a tool that enable administrators to make changes to various landmark applications and security. Some of you might have worked on the application development also, where you're customizing certain business classes, forms, list, adding lists, creating relations. So that is also covered in the configuration console, but we are using today configuration console for security only. And all coding is config console done through the LPL, which is Landmark Pattern Language. Actually, it's Java. So configuration console, this is how it looks like. This is a LPL language which you're writing. So it's robotic language which translate the code into the application. Web UI interface. This is a new feature released with the V2 version OS. So if you want, and it's good for the users or the admins who don't want to go into the LPL complexity and they just want to do some clicks and customize the role according to the need. Again, this is a limited uh, customization of security. If you want something which need to be written totally out of box, you need to go through the LPL. So let's access this UI access control, and you can have a you can create a policy here. It will create something like this, absent management, and then you can configure it. So when you're configuring it for the admins, you can let me create a new one actually. Create a policy. Administration. I will use the role admin, and I'll set it as active. This is how it created. Now you can configure it. So there is so if you are a developer, you know config console, you might have seen LRC admin menu, which is under the LRC business class, which is employee resource profile. So it is actually granting access for the LRC admin menu. In LRC admin menu, you might have seen resource search, goal, performance, succession. These are all tabs available in that business class forms. So from here, you don't need to go into LPL and tell that you go and make changes. Something if you don't want to access it to this role, so you can come here, you can say not accessible, not accessible, reports also not accessible. And then it will start appearing here also. So when you check it, it will start appearing here also to do. So you can see it from here. So all the changes, I mean, whichever tab you don't want to access, you just select it here, hit OK, and it will make the changes to the LPL code itself. And if you see that okay, that is not required, you can go back and deactivate. Now let's play with some security rules and security classes. So we are going to create a custom security class. And then we will create a custom security role. And we will write some custom rules. So let me select. So let's say I want this be an admin. So as I said, you can write it from the scratch, but the easier idea would be you can make a copy of it and use it. So actual security classes look like this. It's granting access to different modules, different business classes, forms, actions. These are actions. Then it's creating again, create, delete, update, all those actions. So Let's use this one. Be an admin. What I'll do make a copy of it. And the last, after underscore, you can provide some sort of your organization identification to the business, security classes and roles. So it will be easier for you to identify. Let's submit. Now it will create a security class for us. So here it is. Now this is exactly the same copy of pnadmin underscore st, but now let's make some rule changes. So I will say business class require business class is accessible for update delete. But what I'm going to say, don't give access. Is just make it view only. So I'll go ahead and make changes. So now the business class is accessible for all the inquiries and conditions. Then I will go ahead and review some more role. So I will tell this employee business class, don't give access to update. So I'll get rid of update and save it. And then it will take away the update. Then employee address, only employee can create. So let me delete this. I want to take away the create option. And this is how you can review the business classes, and accordingly you can adjust the LPL code. And then once you're done, you can save it. So now we have a custom security class with bnadmin underscore send name. Now let's go back to security class. Here is our security class. Now let's assign this security class to a custom role. So under user management, we have role. I will benefit administrator. I'll make a copy of this role. Again, same thing, copy. I provided the last 3 digits according to the organization. It's a huge role, so it will take, yeah, almost 30 seconds. Yeah. So our role is ready. Right now, if you see, this is our role. And if you see, it's not assigned to any actor. From here, you can also see what role is assigned to which actor. So, and then you can see which security classes are assigned to this actor. So right now you see, this is the one which I just copied and created a custom one according to my requirement. But since I copied this role, it is bringing me the delivered one. What you need to do, you need to get rid of this delivered security class, and you need to assign the one which we just created. I'll use and which was be an admin. Yep. Save back. It will not show you the delivered one, but the custom one which we created. And like we made some changes in the rule, like employee business class is no more accessible for the create, and uh, the admin class is not accessible for all the any changes. It's just for the inquiry. Now you can assign this to an actor from here. For this, you can come here and search for the actor, whichever you want to assign. I will, So if you go back, it will tell you that this is assigned to this actor. And also there is another way you can come to actor, search for the actor and assign that role to any actor. Open an actor and go to the roles tab. Yeah, but you need to get rid of the delivered one. If you will not delete it, the greatest access wins. So it will not restrict the changes we made in the system. So now we have two users who are having access to that role, and they can log in and validate, and it can be here. It will also show you that now the role is assigned to two actors. Let me show you one nice report. Process. So let's say you want to see that I have a role which all security classes are assigned to my role, how it look like, what are the code and things like that. So I will search for some of mine, which we created. The administrator. So it will tell you these all the security classes which are assigned to the administrator. You can change it from 5 to 200. See, these all are assigned to it. And now if you want to see that, okay, what this guy in basket code look like, so it will tell you like this, that this is what it's doing, and this is the roles assigned to these actors. This is what security class is doing, and the role details. You see here, the proxyable is not checked. I will come back to this proxyable action later on. But this is a good thing to troubleshoot while you are doing the security troubleshooting. Also, there is a report object as access details, which is also a good report. So let's say you have a role and you want to see what all actions it has conditional access or non-conditional access. You can come here, it will provide all the details. So like this. So for this product line, I have a role ABM processing ST, which is having a securitable object, temporary employee access plans. It's actually a business class, and it gives only all inquiries to this business class. So let's say you want to troubleshoot an actor come back to you and ask for I'm not able to see certain business class or not able to perform some actions. So this report can help you identify what is going on with the business class. So let's say if I want to short it down, I want to look at the benefit. So there is only, I mean, if an actor complains about benefit, you can come back and check. So here it is checking the conditional access. It is providing the access to all inquiries if employee absence plan rel exists. This is a relationship. It might have some conditions, not going after it. But This is how you can troubleshoot. You can go back and tell, okay, you don't have these validation in place. That's how you are not able to view the business class. Okay. Proxy management. Okay, let's cover this one. So proxy is like a proxy. A user proxy means temporary transfer the access privilege of one user to another user. Let's say one of employee is going on vacation and you want to take a proxy of that user. I mean, maybe he's an approver and some requisitions or some purchase order, work orders need to be approved during his absence. He can provide access to other employee and he will take care of the job needs to be done. In other words, proxy allow user to give their security for one or more roles to someone else who can then act on their behalf. Proxies are set up to temporarily share the roles between two types of users. One is grantor, one is grantee. A user who access privilege will be assigned by proxy to someone else, and the grantee is a user whom a proxy is assigned. Proxy can be set up by administrator or by individual users. These are some of the roles which are required for administrators or the users to play with proxy configuration. So proxy admin access underscore st enable user to set up proxy for any user. Proxy grantor access enable user to set up proxy only for themselves. Proxy user role enable user to assign a proxy. Proxy inquire access enable user to view any proxy assigned to them. And I was mentioning about the proxyable checkbox. So until the role, I mean, a role assigned to you is not proxyable, that role won't be, you cannot assign that role to the grantee. Now let me show you. So this is, I need to show the role. Role. Now from here, from this list only, you can tell that you see all these roles are not proxyable. So when some role is assigned to me and I want to assign it to someone, I won't be able to because it's not set up. So we will set up the role proxyable here right now. So I will be able to assign some role to someone. I'll save it. Now this role is proxyable. So let's go under proxy management. Proxy, and it will take you to a new page. Yeah, and you can set up a proxy. So here is the grantor, and he grant access to Aishwarya, and the role which was access granted is admin ST. And these were the dates when you can mention the dates. Let's say you're out for a week, so you can add a week here, and you can enable disable if you come back before the week. So let me create a role here. Let me create again proxy. So again, let's select someone, Aaron, or maybe someone more without. So my proxy and description again, proxy for my. I can mention the date from 20 to, let's say, 30. I save it. Then you can assign the proxy role. Now you see this role is not showing. because the role is not assigned to MOE. Only role assigned is admin ST. So I need to go back to security. I need to look for MOE. And then I can assign the role. And you see here, she has so many roles, but only this was showing, and other one, this one will show up because these are proxyable. The other role will not show up because those are not marked as proxyables. Now, if you'll go back and look into it, I want to get my benefit access to then go back. And I want to grant it to Aishwarya. So now when you look at it, I granted Moi's benefit access to Aishwarya for this period of time. And if I want to disable it, I can disable it right away. But you need to wait for that time. Proxy. So yeah, now what we can offer to our customers, Cendien has a team of landmark security certified expert who has more than 8-10 years of industry experience. Our team will analyze the data and business need and can provide assistance in writing complex custom security in terms of custom security NPL code, or if you have out of the box a business requirement, we can help with the security development. And our senior landmark team have experience in custom tailor-made security solutions, roles, security classes, and rules to support your organization need. QA.
Q&A, yes. So we do have a couple of questions, but thank you, Javier, for answering them in the chat. So I'm going to quickly go through the question and answers, and then if anyone has any other questions, please put them in now. So first, Teresa asked, what benefit does validation of email provide? And Javier answered that, oh wait, did he? Oh yeah, I believe this started happening in the April CU, and there's a KB for it. So that's in the chat for anyone to reference to. You can complete the steps there so that users can access via cloud identities that don't see the email verification banner anymore. And then Ania said, in regard to the Infor V11 new user setup, does the setup happen in HCM before setup in FSM? Javier answered saying if it's done in IFS, then it gets pushed to applications. Ion Bot takes care of that. So you can check the Ion 1 view to monitor if it's needed or to troubleshoot if it fails. And then Paige had a follow-up question for the validation. I would also like to know if there's a way to manually verify user email addresses as an admin. Javier said that is not possible as far as I know, and he recommends reviewing the KB, and also it does impact the third-party consultants. And then another question was, how do you get the security admin role via the FSM module? And Javier put a screenshot of that in the chat. So for anyone who would like to review that. And so those are all the ones in the chat. And then for any new questions we have from Ashwarya, which roles are needed to modify a security class with configuration console? And so Imran, I'll let you take that.
Yeah,
And
I will take that. And yeah, sorry, I was on mute. So yeah,
okay.
these security config access underscore ST and config admin access underscore ST. These are two roles which are needed for you to make changes in security.
Perfect. And then from law, they asked, where can I find the proxy management in FSM?
In FSM, okay, let me switch it to FSM. So if you go change the FSM, I think it delivered across the applications. So let me. When you come here more, it has an option proxy. When you hit it, it will take you to the same page, but this will be for the FSM proxy.
Okay. And then we do have a couple more from Ashvar, but they were answered by Naresh. So thank you, Naresh. And I'll read those out loud. So from Ashvarya, if a user is assigned two roles, one that allows access to Infor spreadsheet designer query and one restricts the use, what effect will this have on the user's access to Infor's spreadsheet designer? And Naresh said, Landmark security roles work on a least restrictive principle. If role A restricts and role B grants access to specific action, the users can still be able to perform the action. In your case, its query is in ISD inquiry access in any Landmark application. And Imran, feel free to add to any of these.
No, that's correct. I mean, yeah, if you have a wide open role assigned to the same user, that access will win and it will grant the access to the user.
Victoria, and I think this is the last of our questions. So if anyone else, please put them in the Q&A. Is there a way to delete a role? And Naresh answered saying, yes, you can delete roles if you have the necessary access. It is not recommended to delete standard roles which end with _ST as they are Infor delivered and maintained.
Yeah, so deleting a role is not recommended. What you can do if you don't want any role, you can go back and assign the security classes to that role, and you can unassign the users from that role, and that will take care of the role. It will not need to be deleting. So let's say you have a certain system a transaction stored in the database. So in case that some later point of time you need that role, at that point of time it will create a first. So we don't recommend. In fact, even don't recommend. So what you can do, you can unassign these security classes from this role, and you can unassign the actor, and that role means nothing after that.
Awesome. And I believe those are all of our questions. So we can go ahead and go back to the PowerPoint. And then next slide. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. We hope the session was insightful and beneficial, and we appreciate your participation. If anyone has any unanswered questions or any suggestions on any upcoming webinars, we are open, all ears. And so you can reach out to us at support@cendien.com or scan the QR code here. We do have an upcoming session on July 18th, and that's going to be on the Configuration Console LPL overview. And so that's everything I have for today. If anything else, you know where to reach us. So thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.